Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Ray. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to calibrate the DWE 7491RS DeWalt table saw. Stay tuned, I'll show you how to do it. So what you want to know on this saw right here for the adjustments, first of all, in order to adjust it for either 0 degrees or 45 degrees on your bevel, there's two bolts where you can make this adjustment. Alright, first one, as you can see, one right here, and there's like kind of like an eccentric cam washer, which is basically an oval washer. If you loosen this bolt right here, you could turn the washer in. If you turn it in, it allows you to have more adjustment. So once you loosen it up, it has a stop right there, and it stops right at 45, and you really can go all the way to 47 degrees if you want to. And you could do that again just by adjusting that washer. But now that I move this one, you could see the other bolt right here, and this adjusts for 0 degrees, or you actually can go past 0 degrees and you can go -2 degrees, or maybe 3, but at least 2 degrees. Alright, but right now, actually surprisingly, it seems to be right on. Now the way you adjust this, let's put it all the way to 0, and we're going to take our speed square here, and you could see, let me move the camera a little bit, oops, sorry, you could see that it lines right up. I don't know if you could tell. Let's see, maybe go on this side. Oh. It lines right up, right at 0 degrees. So right out of the box, it's exactly right at 0. Right at 0. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Let's check 45 degrees. So you bring it all the way to 45. You stop, you lock it in. Okay. Take the same thing, our minus square, our combination square. We're going to bring it all the way up. I know you can't, it's probably hard for you to see with the camera unless I bring the camera all the way down over here. Let's see. I don't know if you could tell. I'm sorry guys, but it's right at 45 degrees. I mean, no light in between. It's perfect. Again, I'm very pleased with that. I mean, I was thinking that I probably would have to make some type of adjustment, but it's perfect. Right on. So I don't have to mess with that. If you want to adjust the throat plate, let me bring this back to 0. There's actually 4 screws on top of here. 4 screws. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what those screws do is it allows you to take this plate and move it up or down. Now right now you can see the light. Let me see if I can lower my tripod so you can see it. Sorry for the movement, guys. So you could see the gap. I don't know if you could tell, if you could see that, but you could see a slight little gap in there. So all you do is you take the screwdriver, okay, it's a Phillips screwdriver, just a Phillip head, put it on the bolt, and then you screw down. When you screw down, it pushes the plate up. Okay, now if it's too high, then you unscrew it, which is turning to the left, and it'll go down. But right now I'm turning it to the right just a little bit until I don't see any more light at all. So now we're going to look at the fence to see if we need to calibrate it at all. Alright, so in order to adjust the fence, as you can see right here, this fence right here is pretty much perfect. I don't see any light coming through. Same thing with the other side. No light coming through. But if you are to adjust it, what you do is back here on the fence, can see these bolts right here. Same thing on that side. What you could do is, mine was just off, probably not even a 32nd of an inch. It's too much. It was angled back, so I had to loosen it up. So I loosened these bolts right up. I mean, just a little bit. By doing so, it's still tight, but by doing so, it released it and allowed the fence to go forward a little bit, and now it's perfect. And you would think that there would be some movement there, but that actually is not. It's still very strong. As you can see, it's still very strong. And again, these bolts are not loose. They're still tight. It released some of the pressure on it, which allowed the fence, this aluminum, to come back, and that's what allowed me to have a perfect fence. So now I had the fence exactly 90 degrees on both sides to where it needs to be. I've got the blade exactly 90 degrees and 45, so all that adjustment is proper. Now the only other thing I do need to adjust is the measurement. So we have this roller here, and we have our sight glass. So now if you take a tape measure, okay, and if I go out to, let's say I bring it all the way into, release it. Let's say 8 inches. Okay, so that's, according to the sight glass, I'm right on 8 inches. If I bring this blade up, now this basically would mean right at 8 inches, if I cut a piece of board right now, the board's thickness should be exactly 8 inches, correct? All right, well, if I go to the fence and I bring it all the way in and I'm measuring it, okay? I'm measuring to the inside of the blade, not the outside of the blade, the inside. Because if I measure the outside of the blade, when I cut the board, the blade is roughly an eighth of an inch. So if you measure to the outside, when you cut the board, now your board is going to be 7 inches and 7/8 thickness. All right, so you want 8 inches on the inside. So right now, on the tip of the blade is roughly 7 inches and 5/16. So that means that this is off. Well, what you do to adjust it is that I'm just going to move my sight glass. I'm going to loosen the screws here just a little bit, okay? And I'm going to bring my sight glass back to 7 1/16 of an inch, okay? Because that's what the measurement was. It was at 7 15/16. So I brought the sight glass back to 7 15/16, okay? Tighten that back up. Once I tighten that back up, then I bring my adjustment back to 8 inches, right on 8 inches, and I take my measurement again. And now I'm exactly right at 8 inches, the very tip of the blade. So you don't want to measure the metal part of the blade. You want to measure the cutting part of the blade, because the cutting part is the thicker part of the blade. All right, it's the part that actually does all the cutting, obviously. So that's where you want to measure to, because actually when you cut a piece of board, your board is going to be cut by the blade tip itself. So you want to measure to the blade tip. All right, and now I'm right exactly on 8 inches. So now I know no matter where I put this, let's just say I want to put it 12 inches. To 12 inches, that means from the fence to the tip blade, I should have 12 inches. Now let's see. Right at 12 inches, exactly. Okay? And so that's how you adjust tail fence to the saw blade. All right, y'all. Well, I hope I said something or showed you something that helped you out, maybe made something a little bit easier, maybe made more sense to you. I don't know. I just hope that it helped you out in some way. If it did help you out in any way, please either leave a comment below, or you could like this video, and you also can subscribe to my channel. If you would like to watch any other videos that I have, you could check over right over here I have some other videos you could watch that might be of interest to you. All right, well, again, thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next time.